Anthony Hartwig here with our first ever Maplewood softball Coach's Corner season preview. Coach Jessica Urchek coming up from us from the softball program. And Coach, first, welcome to the YSN family. We're so excited to have you guys aboard. We had so much fun covering the basketball teams, and now we're excited to bring the spring sports into the mix. And thank you for coming on and talking to us about your program.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about this kind of a meet the team segment. We'll go through your roster and call out the players that are going to make a big impact on your squad and who we should know going into the season.
Okay, I have a pretty big roster this year. I have 19 girls. So I'll start off with my seniors. Starting off in the circle is left-handed pitcher Emily Perline. She brings a lot of experience and control to the mound. She has been Maplewood's starting pitcher for the past 3 seasons. She's excited to share it with a freshman this year. And then I also have Haley Flinner. She is a leader by example. She's quiet. She brings some pop with her bat. She'll be starting in right field for us. And then I also have Caitlin McCartney and Ariella Carnival, who will be competing for an outfield spot. And then my junior class, I have 3 juniors. I'll start with Lauren Craig this time. She is primarily a middle infielder. She might see some time at third this year. She can play anywhere on the field and bats from the left side, speedy, can lay down a bunt. She's very versatile. And then I have her twin sister, Reagan Craig. She is our catcher. She has caught for Maplewood for the past few seasons. She put in a lot of work in the off season, brings some power in the middle of the lineup. And I also have another junior in Casey Hyde. She'll be competing for outfield spot also. My sophomore class, I have 5 of those. They are very athletic. They bring a lot of charisma to the team. They are fun. If I could get their minds in the right spot all the time, they'll definitely be hard to beat. I'll start with Ava Calvert. She is a speedy center fielder. But also utility. She will go on the field in any position that I need her. She can play anywhere on the field, brings a ton of speed on the bases, has a good contact swing. Looking for big things from her this year. And then I have first baseman Katie Weir. She is tall, she is long, she has a quick glove. She will be starting at first base. And then we're going to try her out at third also. Also, I have Alicia Woomer. She put in a ton of time in the cage this off season. She is probably the prettiest swing on the team. Really come a long way, and she'll compete for an outfield spot along with Elise Pinkerton and Jonna Zummerling. And then for my freshman class, I have 7 freshmen. They are definitely the battery of my team. They are babies to the varsity softball world, but definitely bring a lot of experience from outside the varsity world. Starting with pitcher Addison Marker, she is a right-hander. Be a good 1-2 combo in the circle. She brings a lot of speed, spins the ball really nicely. She is competitive and she's a leader in the circle. I really look forward to seeing what she does the next 4 years. And then I have Claire Urchek, definitely a utility player. You'll see her starting most frequently at shortstop, but she'll take some time in the circle. She'll probably be behind the plate. She can play anywhere on the field. She most likely will be our leadoff batter, bring some speed, some power. You never know what she's going to do. And then I have Sam Craig, probably the smoothest girl on my team, has great fundamentals. She'll see some time at third base and competing for a left field spot. She has great talent. As soon as she's confident, she's going to be one to watch. I also have speedy second baseman center fielder Paige Clower, and Maya Park put a ton of work in the cage, big power hitter. Kaya Dunbar and I'm forgetting one. Addison Berry. So that rounds off our roster. It's a big one.
And congratulations on remembering all of that and having it on
Yeah.
hand. Great job with that. Such a big roster, so many numbers. When you look around the area and you look at teams that are your size, school size, a lot of coaches and a lot of programs would love to have your numbers, would love to have that many players on the roster. What do you think brought this big of a team in together this year? What do you think is booming so much about maybe the youth program and getting people excited about softball in Maplewood?
Well, last year I had 14, which actually was a great number. And this year, with the addition of those freshmen, I have a few newcomers comers in the upper class spots. I think softball is a fun game. It's a short season. We love to be outside. Most of these girls, at least in the freshman and sophomore class, I have brought all the way through since they have been five. So I've had a lot of experience with them. We had a great season last year. I think people just wanted to join in the fun.
Yeah, short season is a understatement. When you start on March 22nd is the first day that anyone can play softball in the state of Ohio, regular season wise, and then you go in less than 2 months you have your tournament draw, and what's it like as a coach to try to fit everything into such a small amount of time and to try to navigate fatigue and try to keep everybody healthy and also try to keep everybody locked in on those weeks where we know we're going to have weather come in and maybe you won't be playing 1 week and maybe the next week you'll have 5 games in 5 days. What's it like as a coach to kind of navigate that from your perspective?
I'm still trying to figure that out, honestly. This is only my second year. We have a ton of multi-sport athletes on our team. I think every one of them participates in another sport. Half my team plays basketball. I really put a lot of faith and trust in the other girls sport coaches at Maplewood to develop them, maybe speed wise, strength wise. I am very respectful to multi-sport athletes, knowing they have to balance it all. So getting them all there at the same time at the beginning is a tough task. But I really promote individual work throughout the entire year. We only have a gym to work with at Maplewood. We don't have any cages, no turf. We're really lacking in facilities, so we have to make and find ways to get everything in that we need to get in.
Coach, we're not just being introduced to your program first year as a member of the YSN family, we're being introduced to you. So let's learn a little bit about your background in softball. What brought you to the forefront of this head coaching job? What's kind of your background?
Oh, I'm a graduate of Maplewood. I graduated in '98, letting you know my age. Um, I played softball obviously in high school, went on to college to play softball. Came back right after I graduated and helped the greats of Robin Ray, Dave Flickinger, Mark Pizzuto coach a phenomenal team in the mid 2000s. They made a regional run, state semifinalist. They they taught me a lot. So I put a little bit of work back into the program. And then I got away for a little bit as I raised my kids, got involved in the Maplewood Athletic Club, which is our youth organization. And ever since my daughter's been 5, I've been heavily involved. In fact, I was in charge of it until I took this job over, and I decided that was probably a little too much. Um, I also am very knowledgeable about the travel ball world. Props to the Thunder Elite organization. A lot of great coaches there. A lot of they taught me a lot. So it helped me develop the game because it definitely has changed. From when I was in college till now.
If we rewind to the last about being able to coach at your alma mater and to be able to take over this program and kind of mold it into what you want it to look like.
Can you just say that again? You kind of like froze a little bit.
Yeah, okay. If we rewind to last year when you took over the job, this is your second season. What was it about, coaching at your alma mater that made you excited to kind of take this program and mold it into what you wanted it to be?
I have a lot of pride in Maplewood, being born and raised here. I had a lot of great mentors as I went through. So I just wanted to be a great mentor to the girls that I was coaching. Maplewood softball was struggling for a few years before I took it over, and I wanted to help put it back on the map because it really was a great thing years ago.
We're not going to do an interview with you without talking about that last name, and it's already gotten a lot of publicity on YSN already. with your daughter as freshman Claire, coming up as a freshman now on the softball team. You get to coach her now for the first time in the high school varsity setting. What's that going to be like for you, and how proud are you of just the opportunity that she's been able to give herself?
Claire grew up playing softball. She started when she was 4. She probably played more games than I ever have in my life, and we've grown together. It was tough. It's still gonna be tough. I've never coached my 15-year-old daughter. Things change when they think when they think they know a little bit more than you. But we've always had a mutual respect. And the coaches that I coach with know that their job is to coach her. I'll coach everyone else, because obviously that mother-daughter relationship comes first before the player athlete.
All right, so let's talk about your schedule. You play in a tough conference in the NAC, of course, in softball. Let's talk about that first and how you navigate that conference and what you're looking from it this year.
Yeah, the NAC's a great conference. It's up and down from year to year. As you can imagine, most are small schools, so their numbers vary. Some schools have 24 girls on their roster. Other schools only have 9. So it goes up and down from year to year. We have some great competition in the NAC, and a lot of teams. So starting off with Matthews, they run a tremendous program over there. They're well coached. They have a great turnout. They're hard to beat. They return eight seniors. I've looked to their coach actually for some valuable knowledge in my first year at this, and he's passed it on willingly. So I have a mutual respect for that. Also, Chalker is going to have a great program this year. They had an injured pitcher and catcher last year that are going to bring a lot more depth to their program and some great incoming freshmen. Pine Valley brings a tough squad every year. They have a lot more kids to choose from than we do. But they always bring a tough team to the plate. And then I'm not going to discount any other NAC teams. A lot of coaches here put in the same work that we all do, and they definitely deserve the respect. I mean, any game could be a good game.
It's a big conference, so you don't have a lot of chances to go outside of it and test yourselves in the non-conference and get yourself ready for tournament. But when you do, what are some teams that pop up that you're really excited about that you know that will test yourselves and get yourself ready for tournament time?
Yeah, I loaded our schedule this year. I put a full 27 games on there. And a really tough scrimmage schedule. I wanted to challenge these girls. We're seeing Gerard, Columbiana, Boardman, in our scrimmages. In this season, I'm super excited to play United. They run a good program over there. Their coach is one of my great friends. Excited to see Jefferson. That's a new team we added to our schedule. We'll also see Kennedy, Brookfield, Liberty. Just a typical Division 7 schedule. We did try to schedule a little bit up, with the remembrance that we are a young team.
You talk about that scrimmage schedule. I mean, those are that's a welcome to the softball world. You're playing the
Yeah.
likes of Boardman, especially Boardman, Columbiana, two teams with next level talent. Up and down the roster. What are you trying to get out of the scrimmage schedule? What are some things on the coach's staff goal board that say we want to get this accomplished before game number 1 hits?
I want to challenge them. I want to see what they're made of. I want to see who's gonna succeed and fail in tough situations. I know that the only way we're going to get through the tournament, to where we want to get, is by facing harder teams. And actually, a lot of these coaches, they seeked us out, knowing that we do have some pretty great younger kids.
Coach, we would never let this interview go without you talking about the staff behind you and also the people in the community and the administration that help build the softball program up. So I want you to take some time and talk about the people behind you that help you build this program.
Oh, the list is lengthy. First and foremost, I want to thank my family. Obviously, can't do it without them. My husband takes the brunt of the parenting duties in the spring. We have 2 younger boys, so he's taxiing them around. My mom definitely aids in that too. I couldn't do these crazy things without them. Also, I have 2 great assistant coaches and Jimmy Perline. He's in charge of my field maintenance along with Matt, my husband. unlike other schools, we don't get the luxury of having our fill done by the school. That's our job. So they definitely do that dirty work. I also have Lisa Rudge. She's a non-parent coach. She has been with me since, I don't even know, Pee Wee days. Always shows up, does whatever I need of her. And then I have Haley Mott, same thing, Pee Wee days. She graduated from Marietta, brings a lot of youth and drills and fundamentals to the program. And I have a new one in Rianne Litz. She's also young, recent high school graduate, heck of a player when she was in high school. Brings a lot of charisma to the field. So that is my staff. But I could not do it without the community. I'm the only paid person here. There's not, these are all volunteers. So um, I want to give a shout out to two softball greats that are actually Maplewood alumni. Dave Flickinger, he's donated his space, his time, worked with all of my girls. Mark Pizzuto, phenomenal pitching coach. His daughter was a phenom at Kent State. Comes into the gym whenever I need him to show my pitchers some extra things. Also, um, I'd like to thank the Edge, ran by Mike Rantilla. They let us use their batting cage free of charge during the winter months since we don't have one. And obviously, all the people that taught me everything, the people I've coached with, the people that I've played for, and the school, the administration, and I mean, there's a long list. If I forgot you, I'm sorry.
Coach, we want to thank you so much for coming on, talking to us about your program. We are so excited that Maplewood is a part of the YSN family. We can't wait to get out there and cover you guys throughout the season, and want to wish you the best of luck, and we hope that we are able to talk to you again real soon.
Thank you. Have a good day.